I'm going to continue in Junie B, first grader. Turkeys we have loved and eaten, and other thankful stuff. So let's see where our bookmark leaves us. Kind of right in the middle here. So the list of things. Chapter 10. I'll just review this one. Naming stuff. All of us skipped back to our seats. Principal walked to the front of the room, and he saw our thankful list on the board. He added more stuff on Tuesday afternoon, so now it was 20 whole items long. Principal read the list out loud. Number 1, cranberry jelly in a can. 2, exploding biscuits. 3, Nipsey Doodles. 4, rainbow sprinkles. 5, toilet paper. 6, money. 7, Philip Johnny Bob. 8, Police Sergeant Chuck. 9, sausages. 10, Stinky. 11, good old Larry from last year. 12, cookies, but not the coconut kind. 13, Jose's remote control. 14, lightning bugs. 15, the big box of 64 crayons. 16, penguins. 17, Lenny's washcloth puppet. 18, whipped cream that Roger accidentally squirted in his mouth before school. 19, nasal spray. And 20, the Cartoon Network. After he finished reading, Principal smiled real big. Boys and girls, this is the most honest list we have ever had in the school contest, he said. Thank you for telling us what children are really thankful for. Lenny turned around and looked at May. Then he did a big smirk. Nipsey Doodles rule, he said. May turned his head back around. Just then, we heard feet in the hallway. And yay, yay, hooray, our favorite janitor came through the door. Gus Filoni! It's Gus Filoni! I shouted, real thrilled. Gus Filoni is the nicest janitor in the whole entire world. He was pushing a cart with a table and folding chairs on it. I jumped up so he could see me. Gus Filoni, it's me. It's Junie B Jones, I yelled. Did you hear we won the thankful contest? Did you see the blue ribbon on our door? I hurried to the front of the room. What do you have there, Gus Filoni? Is that folding chairs for our feast today? 'Cause maybe I could help you with them. Gus Filoni did a chuckle at me. Well, Junie B Jones, don't you look nice today, he said. You're all dressed up like a Pilgrim Girl. I nodded. Yes, I know, I said. At first, I did not want to be a Pilgrim Girl. And so me and Mother had a tussle behind the trash can, only now I am hardly even sweaty. Plus also, I can spit pie in the cleanup sink, and so my whole entire mood got better. Gus Filoni looked confused at me. Mr. Scary walked me back to my seat, and he said for me to please stay put. After that, Principal helped Gus Filoni and Mr. Scary set up the table and chairs. And wait till you hear this. All of our guests had signed up to bring the feast food, so room 1 didn't have to make a thing. I tapped on my friend Herbert. What kind of food is your mother bringing? I asked. My mother and my Grandma Miller are bringing cranberry jelly. Herbert turned around. My mother has to work today, but my grandmother is bringing carrot sticks. Oh boy, I said, I love carrot sticks. There goes that silly light again. Hang on. Gotta go do a dance over here. Oh boy, I said, I love carrot sticks. Lenny grinned. Me too, he said. My grandmother is coming to the feast, but she's a terrible cook, so I signed her up for napkins. Sheldon heard us talking. My Uncle Vern is coming with my Grandma Ned Potts, and they're bringing tater tots, he said. I did a gasp at that delicious news. Yummy, yum, yum, I said. Tater tots. May threw her head back. Pilgrims and Indians did not eat tater tots, she said, real annoyed. My mother is bringing the real kind of food that they ate at the first Thanksgiving. She stood up at her desk, and she swung her long braid again. My mother is bringing squash and beans and stewed onions, she said, real proud. After that, room 1 got very quiet. We were thinking about stewed onions, I believe. Then one by one, we all turned around again, and we looked at the cleanup sink again. I glanced at Lenny. That sink is going to get a real workout today, I said. Just then, we heard more footsteps in the hall. And yippee, yippee! Our first Thanksgiving was here. It was Lucille's Richie Nana, and she brought her real, actual chef guy with her. The chef guy was wearing a tall white hat and a long apron. It was all the way to his knees almost. Also, he was carrying a giant silver tray with a shiny lid on the top. He put the tray on the feast table, and he pulled off the lid. And wowee, wow, wow! It was the giantest turkey I ever saw. We ran to the table. Whoa, said Roger. How much does that big boy weigh? How much did it cost? Said Lenny. Can I have the drumstick? Asked Herb. What's his name? Said Sheldon. The Richie Nana started to sputter. Oh dear, well, let's see. I didn't really shop for it myself, so I don't know what it weighs. Or what it costs, and I don't even think it has a name, she said. She raised her eyebrows at the chef guy. Does it? She asked. I thought for a second, then I clapped my hands. I've got an idea. Let's name him Mr. Turkey Pants, I said. Then I laughed, and all of room 1 laughed too. Names are always funnier if you add the word pants on the end of them. My grandpa Frank Miller taught me that lesson. Just then, another guest came through the door. It was Herbert's grandmother, and she had a big white bowl full of carrot sticks. Whoa, that is a lot of carrot sticks, madam, I said. Sheldon looked at me and grinned. What is their name, Junie B? He asked. I thought again. Their name is Mr. Crunchy Pants, I said. After that, all of us laughed even more. Mr. Scary said, go back to our seats. Boys and girls, I know it's fun to have our families at Thanksgiving feast today, but we need to be on our best behavior for them, remember? His eyes zoomed in on me. And Junie B, I'm pretty sure we're finished naming food, okay? I did a salute. Aye, aye, Captain, I said. I am a hoot. Just then, I turned my head, and I saw my mother come in with Grandma Helen Miller. And yippee! My Grandpa Frank Miller came too. They put a big bowl of jiggly cranberry jelly on the table. Hey, look! It's Mr. Jiggle Pants! I shouted. Mr. Scary did a frown at me. Mother and Grandma Miller frowned too. Grandpa laughed real loud. Then Grandma poked him with her elbow. I slid way down in my chair. Oops, I said. Sorry. Then I covered my mouth with my hand. And I didn't name food for the rest of the day. That's chapter 10. We'll start 11 soon.